All right, so I forgot that I needed to do a part two for the wild horses because there's more to it. First of all, if you haven't seen the first video, go watch that. There are a few things I missed. One, when I pulled in, uh, the one horse didn't feel like a horse, and it walked around my car. It was a white horse. It came up later, and it came up. The three of them like came up around the ridge. There were already seven here, and there were three or four that came up around the ridge and then came up around the juniper tree and stood in the back. And that horse didn't feel like a horse. Every time I looked at it, it was like there's just something not right about that specific horse. And then it walked over where I could see it in full view, and I watched it for a while, and I was just like, something's just not right, but I couldn't figure it out. I just knew it was some being probably masking as a horse, and I've seen that before. I've seen uh, fae gods appear as elk, and like you look and you're like, there's an elk there, but that's not an elk type of thing, and other beings appear as other animals, and so physically they looked like a horse, but it was like there was something not right, like there were horns, like, and I'm not talking unicorn horns. I'm talking like horns, like little horns spotted all over the top of its head, type of thing. It was very confusing because I've never seen that before. And the horse that stood outside my car by my door all night and just sat there, like I could have touched him. I could have reached out and touched this horse with my hand, and I didn't because I didn't want to spook him. So I just like reached halfway and just, you want to smell me? And every once in a while I turn and look and be like, what are you doing that for? What's going on there? Um, Apparently they're not used to humans, but they came up to me, you know. And so uh, I stood there and I was talking to them telepathically, and the whole time I'm like, why are you here? And they're like, we're bringing you energy and we really like your energy, so we're going to sleep here for a while because we really like your energy, it feels safe. And they were bringing me some safety and the energy of freedom. Every time I've experienced horses, I go through this stage of breaking free from something, especially when I get that close. I didn't never had experience with horses until this year, until earlier, well, maybe December of last year, when I started going to the county fairgrounds and working with them on my own, because I had never been, I'm 39 years old. I had never been around large animals before, even though we lived in the country most of my life. We just didn't know anybody with large animals. So I started working with them, and that's boom. When I got really involved with them is when I moved into my car. And I always knew like they were giving me the energy of freedom. And these horses were coming, they're talking about the energy of freedom, bringing the energy of freedom. So we talked about that, and then we gridded light. Like, I sat there with them at one point and we were gridding light all together. They were beams of light, and I was bringing some light in that. And in that space, one of them had said, the one beside me is like, you're going to dream about us tonight. I was like, yeah, okay, and maybe, maybe not. They're like, oh no, we're coming into your dreams tonight. I swear, the moment my head hit the pillow and I fell asleep, I watched a movie for a while because I couldn't fall asleep. And then when I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, I got enough. I'm tired enough. I turned it off and I just, boom, fell asleep. All I dreamt about all night were the horses. That was it. And it was literally like I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting on the land and the horses were around me, and we just talked all night long. We talked about freedom. We talked about the fact that their energy is around because I do such this thing that's so freeing and wild compared to the rest of the world. And we talked about things that I need to do moving forward and to keep on my path in that, and continue doing what I'm doing, that type of thing, because it's not easy doing what I'm doing. And there are detractors from what I do, and there are a lot of uh, complications, I guess, with what I'm doing, is the way to say it. And it's not something that society really accepts. So I'm on the outside of societal norms. And so they were very adamant, like, do what you need to do. Just embrace it, be free, be wild, be free. And then it was just, I don't even remember it all. Like, it was tons and tons of conversation from 1 a.m. until 7 a.m. in the morning. I kept waking up, and I typically wake up and I have many dreams throughout the night. I remember almost all of them. I'll forget them after about 10 minutes because I don't do much dream work anymore and writing. I don't do the journaling. Which, if you're interested in dreams, I have my dreams ebook is free on my website, the Intuitive Dreams. It talks about dream work and all that, but I stopped because I was just don't need to do that part of my journey anymore. And so I dream all night long. I remember all the dreams for about 10 minutes until I decide which ones I want to hold on to, you know. And I knew, I was like, I'm gonna forget about this, but then I'm gonna remember. That's what happened. I forgot about it, recorded the video. Then I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking to them all night long, astrally, just sitting there, like not a typical dream. It was literally like sitting there, and the horses were just around talking to me, and the white horse that I talked about. It was the white horse in my dream that was the centerpiece, talking to me and interacting with me. So I wanted to say that because it's um, and there were other things that happened, like uh, it started getting more symbolic in that towards the end, which was interesting. But um, I don't know. I just wanted to share that. Maybe that will resonate with somebody that has experienced animals and then seen them in dreams. It's one of those things that we can have astral dream experiences where we talk to animals, where we talk to other beings and galactics and all this stuff. That stuff is real. And it was so funny that the horse kept saying, well, you're going to dream about us. We're coming to you in your dreams. And I just, again, passed it off like, okay, if you do, you do, but I'm not I'm not worried about it type of thing. And it was just like, boom, into the dream space. And we started doing work and started talking. So if you're interested in dreams, again, the Intuitive's Dreams is free on my website. And then if you like these videos, if you're interested in spirit art, getting a drawing of a being that's around you, whether it's a galactic, a fairy, an animal spirit, all those types of things, I do spirit art readings on my website, and I have a Starseed mini reading on Monday. And then Realms of Awakening is my one-on-one course that still has 2 spots open for anybody who might want to do an 8-week one-on-one mentorship as well. Yeah, so thank you, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. Love you.